in this case, we are going to explain another example of division of complex numbers. What is the difference of this example respect to the previous example? There, in this case, the bottom or the denominator of the fraction is a complex number with real part and imaginary part. When you face a problem like this one, you must multiply by the complex conjugate of the denominator. The complex conjugate is going to be, the same complex number, but we are going to change the sign of the bi term. That means if this sign is positive, it's going to turn into negative, and if the sign is negative, then becomes positive. The complex conjugate of 2 plus I is going to be 2 minus I. Then we multiply now the numerator and denominator by these 2 minus I. We have 3 minus 5I over 2 plus I times then 2 minus I over 2 minus I. When we multiply, of course, it's just a regular multiplication at the top. We do 3 times 2, that is going to be 6. 3 times negative I, that is going to be negative 3I. Negative 5I times 2, that is going to be negative 10I. And negative 5I times negative I, that is going to be negative and negative positive. 5 times 1 is going to be 5, and I times I is going to be I to the second over. And now we are going to use just the same concept of a difference of a square to perform the multiplication of the bottom. Because always when you multiply a complex number times its conjugate, you square the first, there is going to be 2 plus the square of the coefficient of I. The coefficient of I in this case is an invisible 1, then we're going to do plus 1 to the second. Then we get here 6 minus 3I minus 10I, right? Well, minus 5, because 5I to the second becomes in 5, right? All over. And then in this case, we are going to square 2, that is going to be 4, plus 1 squared, that is going to be 1, is going to be 5. We combine, okay, and then 6 minus 5 is going to be 1, negative 3 minus 10I, negative 3I minus 10I, and it's going to be negative 13I over 5, and now we are going to split this, right? 1 minus 13I over 5 is going to be 1 over 5 minus 13 over 5I. And this would be, in this case, my answer. Why? Because we split the fraction that we have obtained here into fractions to separate the real part and the imaginary part. Then the answer in this case is 1 over 5 minus 13I over 5.